Today's guest is the most amazing and most beautiful, stunning Lorelie Moran. Thank you so much for joining me today, Lorelie. I am really excited to have you here because a little while ago, as you know, I reached out to you because I saw you pop something on Facebook. After
I did.
30 something years, you've decided to jump back into a band and along with a whole bunch of other teachers and teacher aide and support staff from the Rocky region, you're all participating in Battle of the Bands at Flamingo.
We are. We
Yeah.
are. It's so
And so
exciting.
that of course prompted me to reach out and go, whoa, that's cool. I need to talk to Lorelie because of course I've watched your journey with pinups and rockabilly competitions and things like that over the years, and you're always rocking it in that arena. And now with this on top of it, and of course, just for our audience as well, I'd just like to share, you work as a teacher aide in a local school here, of course, which is why you're in Battle of the Bands for teachers and
Yeah.
for school staff. And of course, you're a disability support coordinator because you don't have enough to do in your teacher aide role. And you're just an all round pretty cool person, in my opinion. So I'm very thankful that you agreed to jump on this podcast with me.
Oh, thank you for inviting me. It's an honor. So yeah, something exciting.
Yeah, you are very, very welcome. And it is my pleasure to have you here because I'm really excited that the rest of Rocky gets to hear about the awesome Lorelie. So I have a question for you before we get started, though.
Yeah.
And totally off topic of, life, work, community, all that sort of stuff. If you could be an expert in absolutely anything at all in the world, what would it be and why?
I feel like I'm a bit of a jack of all trades. I know a little bit about a lot of things, but not enough about, one subject. But I think it'd be something completely random, like, I don't know, the size of snowflakes or something like that and how quickly they dissolve. Like, it'd have to be something really obscure. Like, yeah.
I love it. I love it. Being in Rocky, you're never really going to have the chance to be an expert in some like,
No, never seen snow. I think that's probably why, because I want to be in snow. I want to experience it. I love the cold. So yeah, one
yeah,
day.
no, fair enough. So tell me a little bit about essentially what's shaped who you are today. Now, of course, you are jumping out of your comfort zone into Battle of the Bands, and you work really hard in two different fields in the education space of young people, and then of course the disability support coordination space. And you're doing, pin-ups and rocking that world. But what's that journey of life been like for you?
I think I was a very, very busy child. I think I have a lot of energy as a child. And because of that, our parents discovered early on that it was probably wise to keep us busy. So we were always into like some kind of sport, or like I started ballet, gymnastics, football, netball. I love netball. That created a lifelong love there. And I played in the bands at school, of course. Started record a band, and then in grade 4, I was the youngest person in the whole school to join the instrumental music band. And I kind of didn't stop. Like, I love being on stage. I love being center of attention. So I think that, yeah, it was bound to go this way. Yeah, because I was always in town bands and performing all the time. But I haven't done it for a long time. So a bit rusty.
I'm sure you're going to rock it anyway. I think that's going to be a fabulous night. So tell me a little bit about the path that you're on now with, working as a teacher aide and working as a disability support coordinator and, of course, rocking your world with your beautiful daughter, living your best life. What inspired your journey? What's led you here?
Yeah, I think I've always liked to help people. Like, I started as soon as I left school, I got a traineeship as a teacher aide and started there. And then from there, I went into disability, paused for a little while to have some kids. But as they grew, my eldest has autism. So I was glad that I'd had the experience in work that I had, because that helped me parent him I think, better. And then it kind of just went from there. And I just kind of in different disability industries. So because I'd had my pause, I was feeling like I needed to do something else, something different in my life, something exciting. And that's when I looked at the pinups. That's when I started doing that a few years ago, which my daughter come along with me. So that was fun. We did a couple of pageants together. I won a pageant here in Rocky. So that was pretty awesome. And that kind of springboarded, like from there, I entered competitions down in Brisbane and the Gold Coast, Sunshine Coast. I've been published in an international magazine with my pinups. So that's something a bit fun, a little bit different. But yeah.
That is a lot of fun and very different. And as someone who gets to watch the pinups quite often because I'm always asked to come along, well, not always, but I love coming along to the pinups and yeah, you just rock it. You've got a vibe. And that's another reason why when I saw the Battle of the Bands thing that you shared on Facebook, I'm like, oh my goodness, I need to get this person and all of her energy and all of her amazingness onto this podcast.
Well, I just don't like to stop, like you
Mm.
just want to do, and I want to do things that are fun and things that make your heart sing. Like, because life is too short. It's full of all those ups and downs and turns and everything. And I think you just got to focus on things that are fun and exciting. And
Mm.
these are for me, and it's challenging as well, which is also pretty awesome. But yeah, no, I'm loving it.
Mm. That's awesome. And how old are your kids now?
My boys, well, they're grown men now. They're 20, 18, and my daughter is 14. So, and they're all taller than me.
To be fair, that's not hard.
Well,
That's, yeah, I have obviously seen your daughter a lot at the pinup competitions, and she must be so proud of her mum. So tell me a little bit about coming from, the Rocky area and, how do you think Rocky has really shaped or influenced who you are as a person?
well, Rockies, it's always going to be home now. Like, I mean, I grew up out in Emerald, but I've been here for so long and I sort of leave and come back. But it's the community spirit. Like, I love it and I embrace it. And I've tried to um, participate in different activities and different things that are going on. Like, I've done cake decorating classes from local cake decorators. I've done art classes from local artists and hairdressing from local hairdressers that show me. Like, I love to embrace, they're just so willing to share their knowledge and their skills with other people. And I love that. Like, it's just awesome and being part of it.
Mm.
Like, yeah,
It is a great community, isn't it? We've got so much to offer here.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell me a little bit more about this Battle of the Bands for teachers or teaching staff or school staff. Is that
Yeah.
a new thing this year, or is that
Um,
something that's been around and I've been under a rock?
well, it's been around for a few years, like we call it the teacher edition, but initially it was born from Battle of the Bands, like the kids one, which one of our band members, Sarah, she's our one of our backup singers. She's actually the co-founder of Battle of the Bands, like the original one. Like, yeah, 15 years ago, she helped create that, which is super awesome. She's part of that, and I um, heard them all talking in like in the break, and I was like, "You're in a band, can I be part of that?" And I was like, "I play a clarinet," and I thought they'd laugh at me because it's a rock band, which is, it's cool. And they were so welcoming and so excited. They said, "No, come on down, come on in, join us." And we actually had band practice just now. I've just come from there, so getting ready and getting it all settled and sorted. So yeah, hopefully it'll go off with a bit of a bang.
Yeah, that's very exciting. I'm very
Yeah.
excited for you all.
Yeah, oh, and our band is called Bandwidth. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. It's a classic. It sounds like a classic school teacher name. So tell me a little bit about if you think back on everything that you've been through in life, have you got like one key moment, whether it's a challenge or something you're extremely proud of, that's kind of made you pivot and change your perspective on how you approach life?
Probably a couple of things. Had a few health issues, which sort of made me to slow down and pause and just take a breath, which that immediately changes your perspective because you have to be able to look at things differently and from a calm place. And because yeah, it can be very impactful at times. I mean, I use a walking frame now. And so you just have to learn to roll with these things, which I'm okay with. I'm okay with the fact that I have to use a walker because I mean, at least it helps me get around. Yeah, and I think that is definitely, yeah, well, it's changed me and changed the way I guess I interact with everyone. You know, you're a lot more patient. You're a lot more, oh, okay, this is going on, and you sort of understand things. But I also one of the good things that I've done is I was a surrogate mother like just over a decade ago. Yeah, and that sort of that that taught me what real love is. Like, yeah, doing going through that process with some very very good friends of mine, and forming that close bond with them, and it was awesome, and it was awesome to be a part of that with them. So yeah.
Absolutely amazing and selfless. Is that the greatest gift that you can give? I bet your friends are very thankful for what you did there.
Yeah, but that's I like to help people, and I could help, so definitely willing to do that.
Yeah, that is absolutely incredible. You've just blown my mind. You are the gift that keeps giving. And
I'm
to
just
be
doing my
honest, yeah, yeah, to be honest, that's exactly the point of this podcast, you know? People that are out there in the Rocky region and on the Capricorn Coast that are doing amazing things quietly behind the scenes. And that's why I want to share them. I think you'll inspire quite a few people who listen to this. So, awesome job. What keeps you going today, though? Like, you're juggling two jobs. You're a parent to a young one who's still at school, and you've got your grown boys, of course, and you're living life to the fullest in a calm state. What keeps you moving forward every day? What keeps you getting up and getting out there and getting stuff done?
I- I'm just excited for life. I'm excited to experience new things. And that's like, I feel like a lot of people might be a bit too worried or unsure to try something new. Whereas I'm like, yes, let's do it. There's no reason why you can't. And sort of jump in there. And I mean, I'm started playing the clarinet again, joined a band, 30 years of not playing anything. And you just got to have fun. You just got to go with it and say, why not? Like, why
Mhm.
not? Give it a go. Yeah. There's so much to do out there. And I
And
don't
what's
want to limit myself. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And what's the worst that's gonna happen? You fall over and make a fool of yourself, just get back up again.
And I've done that plenty of times. So it won't be a new thing for me.
Yeah, yeah. As long as you don't hurt yourself, you can have a good laugh once you do get up.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
But,
it.
I mean, it's easier said than done. I totally get that. It's a massive step out of the comfort zone to do what you're doing, but
It's
still doing it.
terrifying, but I'm excited for it. I'm so excited for it. And I love my bandmates. Like, they are the coolest people. Can I give them a bit of a shout out?
Of course you can.
Yeah, because we've got Paul on the drums, we've got Dan on guitar, Lena on the bass guitar, Emma on the electric keyboard. Ash is our lead vocalist, and Chris and Sarah are our backup singers. And they are fantastic. Like, these people and music, like, they've got it. Like, I'm so humbled to be a part of their little crew. Like, they're just awesome. And I'm just joining in at the back. And yeah, but I'm loving it. It's awesome.
That's so good. How often do you practice leading up to this event?
Uh, well, I think that was my third band practice with them. So yeah, it's close, and I'm going to be practicing a lot. And my son, he can play the guitar and the electric keyboard, so we get out and he jams with me, which is awesome.
Mm,
So yeah, it's lots of fun, nerve wracking,
mm.
but lots and lots of fun.
Yeah, I can imagine. So if you could give with all of your life experience and your extremely huge love of life, if you could give some advice to the next generation who's coming along after us, what would it be? What's one single thing that you would share with them to try and help shape their direction and give them a bit of guidance?
See, kindness is big for me. I think that it's such an easy, simple thing we can do is just be kind to people. Give someone a smile. How you doing? Like, have a chat and get excited. Like, ask what they're doing. Like, learn some new things and don't be afraid to just get out there and
Mm.
give it a go.
Absolutely. That is fantastic advice. So thank you so much for sharing. It has been an absolute pleasure having you on the podcast today.
Thank you so much.
You are very welcome. I am so excited for more and more and more and more people to just feel the vibe that you give to this region and turn up and support you and keep an eye out on when the pinup competitions are on because it's people exactly like yourself that are out there stepping out of their comfort zone, giving it a go.
Yeah.
getting on stage, playing in a band 30 years later, um, juggling 2 jobs, raising a family, like, you're really rocking it. And I can imagine not life is not all roses, sometimes it's hard, but you're rocking it.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, a lot of fun. You gotta have fun.
Absolutely agree. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Nyree.